welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast Special Edition Series, where I preview each team's season for 2024 in Major League Baseball. This is the third of 30, and now this will be the Baltimore Orioles. We'll go over their top 30 prospect lists. We'll do superlatives for the team, team ceiling and floor, best team player futures, and a bold prediction for every team. And like I said at the top, now up is the Orioles of Baltimore. Alright, so to the prospect rankings, we know who their top prospect is. It's none other than Jackson Holliday, former number one pick in the draft. He's a middle infielder. His ETAs this year, he is outstanding, as we all know. And he is somebody that has a really good reputation around the league, and he's indeed the number one overall prospect in the sport. Alright, their number two prospect is Samuel Basallo. He's a catcher and first baseman. His ETA is 2025, and he is ranked 17th overall on MLB.com. Their third overall prospect is Colton Cowser. He's an outfield. His ETAs this year as well. He's 19th on the chart. Fourth is Kobe Mayo. He's a corner infielder. His ETA is this year also, and he's 30th overall. 5 is Heston Kjerstad. He's an outfielder. His ETA is 2024 as well. And I remember when they picked him in the draft. I remember when they picked Holiday, too. That was just a slam dunk pick for them. And they do not see Kjerstad on the overall. Oh, yeah, he's 32nd. I missed that. 6 is Enrique Bradfield Jr. I do not see him on the overall list. His ETA is 2026. 7 is Connor Norby. He's a second baseman and outfielder. His ETA is 2024. 8 is Dylan Beavers. He's an outfielder. His ETA is 2025. 9 is Chase McDermott. He's a righty. His ETA is 2024. 10 is Cade Povich. He's a lefty. His ETA is 2024. 11 is Seth Johnson. He's a righty. His ETA is 2025. 12 is Mac Horvath. He's a third base and second base. His ETA is 2026. 13 is Jude Fabian. He's an outfield. His ETA is 2025. 14 is Braylon Tavera. He's an outfielder. His ETA is 2026. 15 is Max Wagner. He's third base and second base. His ETA is 2025. 16 is Leandro Arias. He's an infielder. His ETA is 2026. 17 is Trace Bright. He's a righty. His ETA is 2025. 18 is Luis De Leon. He's a lefty. His ETA is 2026. 19 is Jackson Baumeister. He's a righty. His ETA is 2026. 20 is Luis Almeida. He's a shortstop. ETA 2027. 21, Justin Armbruster. He's a righty. ETA 2024. 22, Joshua Alonso. He's third base. ETA 2027. 23, Thomas Sosa, outfield 2027. 24, John Rhodes, outfield 2025. 25, Alex Palm, righty 2024. 26, Hudson Haskin, outfield 2024. 27, Juan Nunez, righty 2024. 28, Frederick Ben Cosme, shortstop 2025. 29, Carter Balmer, righty 2026. And 30, Creed Willems, catcher, 2026. So, superlatives. Best rookie is going to be Jackson Holliday. This guy's an absolute stud. He dominated at every level. Unfortunately, he is going to start the year in AAA at Norfolk. He went from A-ball to AAA last year and was awesome. And showed a little pop. 75 RBIs, walks a lot. He does strike out a little bit too much too. Steals a lot of bases, so Very exciting young player for the O's, for sure. All right, most improved player on the Baltimore Orioles. There's one player that stands out to me. He is somebody that can play multiple positions, and we'll see where he lands when Holiday comes, and that's Jordan Westburg. I genuinely believe that this guy is going to get better. He only played in 68 games last year. 17 doubles, 3 homers, 23 RBIs, hit 260. I think this guy's going to get better. So, I think that he'll be the most improved guy on the O's. Most disappointing, I think, will be Kyle Bradish. Bradish had the year of his life last year, but I just think that he takes a step back. Make or break on the O's. This is a hard one to pick, but I think this has to be mentioned from a health standpoint, and that is going to be John Means. Because they have guys up and coming in their rotation and such, and he just can't be relied on to stay healthy. He needs to stay healthy and pitch well. And it's sad because I liked John Means when he came up. Bounce back, comeback guy, I think that will be Cedric Mullins. He was really good a couple years ago, and I think he'll just be a little bit better. I had him high in my center field rankings, so I'm going to say he'll be better than he was last year. Ewing theory. Jack Flaherty really didn't make a difference last year when they got him at the trade deadline, so he doesn't count. And obviously Corbin Burnes is better than Jack Flaherty. So Jack Flaherty is disqualified from Ewing theory. But maybe Felix Bautista. He's still hurt. They're going to miss him this year. And that's unfortunate because if they win the division without Bautista or even make the World Series, win the World Series, you can say, they were arguably better without Felix Bautista. So to me, he's the Ewing theory guy because of injury, unfortunately. Although I like watching Felix Bautista. He's really good. Team ceiling. I think this team can absolutely win the division, and I think they can win the World Series. I think they're that good. Corbin Burnes was the ace they needed. Kyle Bradish has to repeat the year he had, if not come close. But I think Burnes takes some pressure off of him. If John Means performs to what he was, that's a big deal. To me, it comes down to their pitching for the O's, whether this team could have a special season or not. They got swept by the Rangers last year, and to me, this team has to have a successful season because of the Burnes trade. ALCS, to me, is the success failure mark. Braves, it's World Series or bust. You know that. In Arizona, that's a hard one because they made it last year, and it's not fair to them to say their season's a failure because they didn't make it. The Philadelphia Phillies, that was obviously the case because they're the Phillies, but this is the Diamondbacks, smaller market. So to me, what defines a good season for Arizona, back to the postseason, I'd say, is at least, to me, a successful season for them. Braves, World Series. O's, I'm going to say ALCS, not necessarily World Series. Maybe another team in their division might be World Series. We'll talk about them when they get there. But yeah, the O's, to me, ALCS, to me, success failure for them. Anything short of the ALCS, to me, is a failure. It's a little disappointing, obviously. So, the floor for the Orioles. I think they can finish as low as third in the AL East. And had McClanahan and Franco been on the team for the Rays this year, I think the floor for the Orioles would have been fourth. I really do. Had McClanahan not gotten hurt, and Franco not gotten in trouble, I think the floor for the Orioles would have been 4th place. But I think the floor is 3rd. The case for 3rd, Bradish regresses. Means isn't healthy. Kimbrel's a disaster closing games. And they're not healthy. Jackson Holliday isn't the impact rookie they think he is. And Adley Rutschman doesn't take the step that we think he's going to take. And obviously the Yankees stay healthy. And the Blue Jays are better than we think. So that's the case for the Orioles finishing in 3rd. Although, like I said, I do not see that happening. Okay, and now futures for the O's. They're a fascinating futures case with a lot of different categories. All right, to win the World Series, they're 14-1. To win the American League, they're probably 7-1, plus 650, close enough. I know they're 2-1 to win the AL East, which is absurd. They should be plus 1 something. They should be like where the Yankees are, and the Yankees should be plus 250. I'm being dead honest with the Cole situation and some of the Yankee guys dinged up already. Like, maybe Vegas thinks that the Orioles are going to regress, and we just don't know it. All right. Adley Rutschman, AL MVP. Gunnar Henderson's actually 18-1, which is funny. Rutschman's 25. Jackson Holliday's probably a minus favorite for Rookie of the Year. No, he's plus 470. Wow, I thought he would have been like a minus something because he's getting really hyped up. AL Cy Young, Corbin Burns is the favorite at 8-1, and rightfully so with Garrett Cole out. He deserves to be the favorite. Hyde Manager of the Year is... I don't see him. 11-1. Okay, that makes some sense. Comeback Player of the Year is now up. For the American League, I don't see it for the National League yet. But there's no one on the O's that stands out for Comeback Player of the Year. Guess the O's win total, I'm going to say like 93.5 or something like that. 89.5. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's ridiculous. That's disrespectful. And then to make the playoffs, they're minus 220 or minus 230. The Yankees are only down to minus 220. I guess that's because of injuries and such. Number 1 seed, the Orioles are plus 550. Well, the Yanks are plus 480, which is weird. So the O's no is plus 172. How about Adley Rutschman home runs? All right, that's 20.5. First home run's fun. We're going to look at that on opening day. Regular season home runs. Where is Mr. Rutschman? Gunnar Henderson's 100-1. Where Anthony Sander's 100. Where's my dude at? Is he not listed? How is he not listed? Rutschman on Baltimore for home runs. How is he not listed? A couple of his teammates are, and he's not. And I like Adley Rutschman, but his over for home runs is fine. So, total number of perfect games during the regular season, the overs plus 270, and the unders minus 385, and then no-hitters is overs 4.5 is plus 136, the unders minus 178. That's kind of fun. 3+ homer games is 11.5. 4 homer games is over a half. Cycles is 4.5. So I just saw all those come up. Maybe we'll give those out on the big show that will drop Thursday morning. Corbin Burns strikeouts is 200.5. How about Gunnar Henderson's stolen bases? For odds purposes, Acuna's favorite plus 210. Cedric Mullins is 60-1. That's fun. Any other O's on this list? No. So my favorite Orioles future is the over 89.5 wins. I absolutely adore it. The Yankees are already banged up to start the season. The Orioles now have an ace in Corbin Burns. They have Jackson Holiday, who's going to come up at some point. Plus 450 for AL Rookie of the Year is a lot of fun as well. But my absolute favorite bet for the Orioles is the over 89.5 wins. How on earth is it that low? Someone explain that to me. All right, and then my bold prediction for the Baltimore Orioles is that Jackson Holiday will be in the big leagues before May 1st. I mean, Memorial Day would have been more realistic, but it's called bold predictions for a reason, and I'm going to say he's in the big leagues before May 1st, and they're just doing this stupid clock thing like with the Cubs did with Chris Bryant back in 2015. And actually, the Yankees did it with Gleyber Torres in 2018, but they did not do it with Anthony Volpe last year, and I thought they were smart about that because Volpe was obviously they felt was going to be a big part of their team. We'll talk about Volpe in the Yankees show, but those are just good examples. But I think they're doing that stupid rule because it's the Orioles and they like to be cheap. I mean, their front office I'm talking about. So, but we'll see with the new owner there now. But yeah, my favorite Oriole future is the over 89.5 wins. I can't believe it's not in the 90s. Color me shocked on that one. But we'll see what happens. So there you have it for the Orioles. Next up is another American League East team, the Boston Red Sox.